1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz.
Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talkshow podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talkshow podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor Gear.
And my brother, Trevor.
For dexterity, for making tools, for holding tools. And life could well have become, I don't know how you are with chopsticks. I sometimes use them, I've never been very good with chopsticks, but I can, if I'm forced to, I'll have them. But life could have been, for humans, it could have been kind of the equivalent of having to eat with chopsticks, which is not, for most of us, not the most ideal way for us to eat. You have to be quite practiced to control the chopsticks. But human civilization has developed because we have this opposable thumb, and it is an amazing digit. It goes round and round, as we know. It's got all sorts of capabilities, and as I say, you think about it, when you're on the keyboard on your laptop, just to illustrate that the thumbnail faces away from the other fingers, you use the tips of your fingers on the keyboard, but the side of your thumb. If you use your thumb when you're typing on the keyboard, the tips of your fingers and the side of your thumb, which just goes to illustrate that it is a bit of a one-off. Going back to our first question, some people say, well, we've got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs, but I think generally most people regard us as having having 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. Now, going on from that, we say again, it's a magnificent feat of engineering. What we have also in our hands are something called corpuscles. Have you ever heard of corpuscles? Do you know what they are?
No.
Well, there's different types. I'll tell you what they are. They can be red and white sort of floating blood cells, or they can be nerve endings. As I say, they were discovered by a guy called George Meissner. And Meissner's corpuscles, basically what they detect is the lightest touch, the lightest breeze, such that, it's quite incredible, really. The breeze on our cheek, it's only those corpuscles which we feel, that little breeze. And it's also things like any vibration, they're abundant, these things, in our fingertips, in our lips, in our kidneys. It's a sensitivity which is very hard to sort of define. Even, if I may say, in our erogenous zones, we talked about lips and tongue as well, we have these tiny little corpuscles. There are different types. We've got Meissner's, which detects the lightest touch or breeze. If you put your hand on a hot plate, perhaps from the oven, then that's a Ruffini corpuscle. You cry out because of the sensitivity of that. Vibrations are found by Pacinian corpuscles. And the incredible thing is, if you're trying to interpret something, you're digging for something with a spade, you dig down and it may be sand, it may be gravel. But when you dig down, these corpuscles in you, these are Pacinian corpuscles, they will tell you whether it's gravel or sand. You're only touching the spade. Think about that. But you know, your brain is telling you that is hard, it's a rock, or it's sand, it's dirt, something like that. So these corpuscles are quite incredible. Everybody's favourite, I guess, is what we said was the Meissner's one, with this lightest touch. And, you know, the brain doesn't, in terms of touch and feeling, because they're so sensitive, the brain doesn't only tell us what it does feel, it tells us what it ought to feel. Now, as an example of that, if you have so we say romantically, the caress of a lover, of a friend, a girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, it's a wonderful feeling. But that same caress by a stranger is likely to be pretty creepy and horrible. So again, it's the same touch we might feel, but the brain knows whether that's something that is good and beautiful or creepy and unpleasant. So again, these corpuscles do so much that we never really think about. So that's the hand. I mean, there's a lot more we could say about it, but you did pick up something earlier when you said we speak with our hands. Would you say you speak with your hands?
I would, yeah.
Speak a lot?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it with... Go on. No, after you.
No, I was just gonna say, if you're making a speech or you're trying to say something expressive, the hands would have to be involved somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's quite interesting to watch when we're watching football, say on the TV. The cameras occasionally pan onto the manager at the side. The managers at the side of the pitch, without naming who. One of them, very regularly, when the camera pans onto him, happens to be seemingly picking his nose, and it's not just a one-off. I won't say who it is, but he regularly seems to do that. But you can see them; they're getting angry. They're telling their players what to do. The hands are.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us. Please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show. His contribution's thoughtful and smart.